Hey, what's up, y'all? New day out here at the property, new weekend, 3-day weekend, Memorial Day coming up. I'm Brandon. Over there's Listo. He's been out doing his rounds as usual. Flag there is still going strong. Pole looks good. It does look like it spun a little bit, but that's all right. It's in there loosely. Just spin it back a little bit, and there she is. That's the way I wanted her pointed. It's a little bit of a wet one out here. It's not too bad. It's not clumping up on my boots yet. So sometimes that when it gets real wet, it just cakes on and it's just nasty mud. So it's wet enough to be wet and maybe a little annoying, but not really bad. So I'm gonna get over there to the shed and I'm gonna get that roof on. I got my plywood, my last piece of plywood for the roof. Throw that up real quick. Got to get it cut down. It's here in the truck. I got a bunch of other boards that I've been storing at home. Got the pieces here for the trim. It's all that purple 70% off lumber. And then I got me some edge drip here. I'm gonna get that put up, at least get the roof done today. And depending on what time it is, start on the siding or not. Got the tractor over there, if you can hear it. It's warming up because I need to get out and do some mowing. Like I said, always got to do some mowing. Let me go get all my tools loaded up over here and get this unloaded, at least to where I can get to the sheet of plywood, because that's the first thing I got to do. And then we'll get over there and working on that shed roof, finishing that shed roof. We're not working on it anymore, we're finishing it. So let's get to it. All right, well, I got everything loaded, or unloaded, I would say. And we're up here over at the shed. Everything looks the same as it did when we left it last time, so that's good. So I just got this one section here board to cut out and put in, and then we're on to the tin. And I'm gonna lay the tin out on the ground and see how it sizes out, so I know exactly where I start and to where I end won't be any issue. So that's pretty much the tin that you only got one little choice of the overlap. So I like it better than the total ridged one that goes like that, just because it's got a flatter spot. You can walk on it better, and you know exactly that it lines up straight. So I'm gonna get a measurement here. If I remember correctly, it was 27 inches. Oh, hold on a sec. Yep, 27 and an eighth. Yep, y'all remember that and let me know when I get back over there in case I forget. 27 and an eighth, right? All right, here we are. I'm gonna use a piece of this drip edge as my straight edge. Let me just mark it. What was it, 27 and an eighth? There, mark one there. We'll just do one here in the middle and one down here. The hard part is just holding it. Let's see. All right. Oh, moved a little bit. bit. All right, that ought to do it. Now, to cut it. And I got a clear path right there, so I'm gonna cut right where it's at. I'll hold your ears now. Just kidding, I'll turn it off for a sec. Well, apparently I either didn't cut that very straight or it's a little off. I marked it and I'll go back and just trim it up and make sure it's flush with 2x4 there going across, so I can put the drip edge on good and everything works out. All right, I got that first little portion knocked out. Now onto the tin. And I went ahead and laid 2 of them out, hooked them up like they're supposed to be, crossed them right there. I thought they were 24-inch when you measured it and when it was hooked together, right? It was hooked together on the seam there. But when I put 2 of them together, it measures out to 25-inch. That means I've got 5 of them. If it's an inch extra each one, that's 5 extra inches. It means I need to hang over 2.5 inches on each side, which makes the starting point very crucial. And then it also makes my drip edges not needed. Might have got those for no reason. I'm glad I decided to lay these out and measure it before I put in the drip edge, because I already threw them up there. But if I don't need them, I can take them back. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is lay out all of them and measure it to make sure my mathing is correct. So let me do that real quick. All right, I thought my logic was pretty sound. When I laid it out, I measured 2 of them. It was 50 inches. You would think that would add an inch each time. That was 2 lengths. But no, that's all it added over the overall length. As you can see, I'm at 122.25, basically. So the logic was not sound that I was using. I thought it was, but it wasn't. So I'm glad I laid those out and measured it before I started putting up any tin and did a 2.5 inch overlap, because that would have been bad. When I got to the end, I would have been short and I would have had no overhang. So with that being said, I went ahead and put in the drip edges because I'm about 120 or so. Sorry, climbing the ladder here. So I'm going to measure now with the drip edge and see where it's at. All right, we got it. So it's at 121.75. I have 1/2 inch, so 1/4 and 1/4. So I need to go over past this drip edge thingy 1/4 of an inch. All right, that shouldn't be so difficult. It'll be a little bit of a chore getting the first one lined up, and then after that it should be very easy, because they just lock into each other and you put the next one on and keep going. I'm gonna get the tin thrown up there, try to square it up and make sure it's just right up to the edge of the drip edge, a little bit over here in the front and back. And then I got to decide on my overhang coming off the back, because remember I got 12-foot tin, TIN again, 12-foot roofing, and this is only 10 foot across here. So it hangs over a foot there, then the roofing will hang over another foot. I want to make sure it looks good. Let me get on that. All right, I got that first one up in place. It's not screwed down or anything yet. Luckily, there's absolutely no wind in here, but that's what it's gonna be. It's about 10.5 inches hanging over the front and about 10.5 in the back. Oh, tree was blocking you. Which I'm kind of contemplating now. If I ever wanted to do water storage, I could put a gutter back here and do a water tank right back here. But that would probably be way in the future because the water tank that I have now lasts me. There's no issue. I would have to be staying out here more often to get that to need extra water. And then I can come back and get some real tin cutters and zip it all the way across, put up the gutter, and then, but yeah, way future thoughts just going through my head. So now I need to go get the screw gun to put the roofing screws in. Oh, there they are. So good thing about doing the OSB under there is if I miss a board, it's not the end of the world. I've done it like under the carport and whatnot, and you got to get right on the 2x4 because there's nothing else under there. And if you miss and you got to redo it, then you got a hole and you got to plug it and all that. So this will be good, and it'll stay one screw every time. So now I need to go get a drill and a socket. I think I already got my drill. I just didn't get the attachment for this. So I'll get that, get back over there, zip some screws in, and hopefully go quick. All right, well, we went over there, got the screws, got the little thing for the screw gun. And I tell you, it's a humid one out here today. Now that I think it rained this morning or last night, about an inch, and it's pretty humid out here right now. Let's see, let's do a humidity check. What's the humidity?
The humidity is currently 67%.
67%. Yeah, that's pretty high up there. That's another day in Texas though. So, like I said, I got it all laid out where I think I want it, and I'm gonna get it screwed in real quick. All right, well, the roof is installed. I am done. Everything went smoothly with that. Went a lot faster than anything else did on this project. A lot faster, the 10 at least. The whole rest of the roof, the framing, the OSB and all that. The OSB went quick, I just ran out. But yep, I'm pretty pleased. It's looking good. And see, it's come right up to the drip edge here. It's hanging a little bit more over on this side. I don't think anybody else will really tell, besides me, because I know it. But I'm pleased. Pleased. Front looks good and square. I've got a good extra overhang My doors have to be a really good angle of a rain to get down into the doors. I might put a little flashing over the doors. Maybe I'll use one of these, whatchamacallit, drip edge things that I got. But now, the only thing left to do is throw up some siding. That's gonna be not difficult, but I'll need to come up with a way to jig down here at the bottom to where I want the plywood just to sit on, so I don't have to hold it up, obviously. And then I also got to cut the angle, which that's going to be the hard part for me. If you do a construction, yeah, it's probably not hard. For me, I mean, you just got to measure over 4 foot, measure the length at the very end, measure over 4 foot, then measure that length and make a cut and hope you're right. So I don't know what time it is. Let me check. It's 5:30. Do I really want to get started on a siding or not? I could spend an hour doing siding and then leave some time to go out and mow. 5:30 is kind of that oddball time to get started on something new, or just to wait and get it going. Let me think on it a minute and get back with you. All right, well, I decided I'm gonna get one sheet of plywood over here, or not plywood, siding. I wanna put one up. So I got my spacers down there, some 4x4s, and I'm gonna go around and check real quick and make sure everything is still plumb. So you can see that one, it needs to come this way a little bit. So I'm just gonna go around and check every corner and adjust some straps as needed. If I need to get another one, I can go back over here on this side and really get it trued up. Hopefully that makes the siding go up easy. So I'm gonna get going on that. All right, I think that's good enough for me. Good enough for government work, however they say. So next, I'm going to mark where my studs are at top and bottom, so that when I put the sheet up there, that I know where they're at. Just make it easier. Yeah, so I don't miss any. Just gotta figure out what I'm gonna mark it with. I wish I had some spray paint, but I don't think I have any more. Let me go find something to mark it real quick. All right, I got the old paint, leftover paint from the lean-to. It's that red, so it's gonna be what I'm painting it anyways. I'm just gonna go around and mark at the bottom and top on the 4x4 and the 2x4 up top where each stud is, just as a good reminder. Oh, a little too short. Just like that all the way around. Don't need to do the ends because, well, I'll know where the end is and there's definitely a board there. So let me go around and do this all around real quick. All right, got it all marked, except for the front. I forgot the front. This is something quick and easy that hopefully saves me some frustration in the long run. So let me get around, mark the front, and then I need to measure what I need to cut the first piece of siding to and slap it up there real quick, hopefully. Oh man, it's humid. All right, so I measured 90 1/4, and that's going from the top of the front to the back. 4 feet over was 90 1/4. I have to make sure that I cut this right. So I'm looking at it like this, that I want to put it up on the wall. So I got to leave that edge right there is where it mates up with the next board for the overlap. So I got to make sure that is away from the corner. So this will be the corner, and it has the overlap that would go over that. So I don't want to cut that off. So I want to leave this at 8 foot. And I need to go 90 1/4. I can't mess up here because I have just enough wood. So that was 90 1/4 all the way to the edge. Right here. 90 1/4. I'm gonna double check because I've 90 1/4. That's got the slope going down from here up to there. And if I'm looking at it, the wall's straight in front of me. It goes down that way. This should be right. I guess my only saving grace, if I did do this wrong, was I could put this on the back wall, because the back wall is only 7 foot, and that's way down here. So that could be something I have to do if I messed up. Don't plan on messing up. So let me get this cut, and then I'll get over there to put it up and catch up with you then. All right, I got everything over here. Got a level nail gun, extra nails. Spam is calling me, and they call a lot. And a level. So now I haven't tested it yet to see how the fit is. So you'll see in real time with me on how it fits. Hopefully it fits good the first time. All right, well, looks pretty good. Get it flush up here with the front, which that looks pretty flush. Except for it does need to come forward a touch. And this is where it gets hard, doing this by yourself. All right, so it says the siding is damn near center in the bubble. So I don't know if I should come forward, if I should tweak this a little bit. It's not much, but I can't get it to stay. Man, an extra set of hands would be great. If I'm looking at this 2x4, it's straight in the center of the 2x4 here, and up tight, but it's not. But if I do that, that centers it up there in the 2x4 a little bit more. God. And I keep it there, and shoot a nail in there and hold it. About to find out. All right, hit the 2x4. Let's see now how it looks to the front edge. I think that's pretty good. Bottom looks real good. And it's still showing at level, or plumb, whatever you want to say. All right, I'm gonna rock and roll with that. Get some nails put in this thing. All right, that went up pretty smoothly. No hitches. I think it looks pretty good. There is a gap up front a little bit. Guess I wasn't up quite high enough. I don't know, but trim will fix that. And when I put in whatever I decide to put up under here, we'll close that up some too. So I think I want to do one more. That didn't take very long. I do need to get out here and see, I had a lot of branches knocked out of the, dead branches knocked out of trees. and all over here and all back over there. I need to pick up all that and do some burning tonight. At least make a fire. Hopefully it cools down a little bit. And I also need to get in there, all back in there, pretty much where you see all this back in here. You see green. Those are briars popping up. I need to get in there and mow, or I don't know if I put the brush cutter on the weed eater and go in and try to chop them into the ground a little bit. That's probably a better idea. That's just messy because it throws dirt and mud and all that up at you. But right now is a good time to get in there and do it because there's no grass, and it's usually really messy and dusty and nasty when you do it. So I want to get to that tonight too. And I need to get the shed going. But yeah, I got one piece of siding in, pumped on that. And I'm gonna do one more before I divert off to another project. I'll bring you back when I'm done because I need to hurry. All right, well, I got that other sheet cut and put up. Now I'm just kind of cleaning up a little bit. I'm gonna get these off the ground. I don't want them to soak up water if don't have to, because the ground's wet, obviously. But man, yeah, it went up pretty good. Had a little trouble with the nail gun for a second, but there it is. It's one side completed for siding, and she looks good. Everything looks good. I think it turned out pretty well. It does come over the edge here a little bit, but I can either cut it off or just go with it, because that's going to be in the corner. It'll have another corner piece coming up to it, and then trimming on each side, so it should be just fine. Oh, and I was thinking about what do I put up underneath here, and I thought siding would look kind of funny if I ran it up there, but who's gonna really notice? I'm gonna paint it. I don't know if normally underneath there it's kind of painted the same as the house, I think, right? So if I made it red and put that up there like that, it might match up to the siding somewhat. Would that be something I'd want to do? Just kind of put it up like that. Be interesting. That way, when it's already primed, I'm gonna have some cutoffs, especially from the back, which is only 7 foot. So I should have a whole piece to go to do the whole back out of this. I'm not gonna have anything left over for doing the sides because they're gonna be all pie cut like that. These are basically trash. But thinking about it too, I do have some big pieces left over from the lean-to build that I think would be perfect. And I can just snap them up in there. I don't have to buy anything else. I think that's what I'll do. But now I got everything cleaned up. The skies have been gloomy all day. It hasn't rained on me, but I got everything picked up and in back of the Segway just in case. And I'll go pull it under the carport over there. And then I need to get the little trailer on the riding lawnmower and go around and pick up all those sticks and debris and at least get that going before dark. So let me go get this little thing here put up and make sure all my tools are protected. Get back with you. All right, I'm over here at the old burn barrel here. Haven't been able to light this in a long time. It's just been, I guess, too dry. Uh-oh. Hope I'm not out of... All right, there I got a flame going. Trying to catch this on. Burn some of this old stuff out of here. Got some thumbs right there. Hit the wrong button. But trying to Got some wasps flying out of here. Don't know if there's a wasp nest in there. If there is, hopefully I get them. I don't think those are wasps either. I think those were red hornets. They were definitely red. I think most everything in here is pretty wet since it's been raining. So I'm gonna try to get this going. And then, like I said, I've got to go in here and pick up all this fallen stuff and clean up in this area. All this green on the ground is either briars or old trees that I cut out of here. Big branches here coming along this way. You see it just keeps going. It's getting a little out of control. Another big branch down there. Not big, but big enough. All these down in here. All of this right here. Yeah, I'm gonna get me some fires going tonight since it's nice and wet and I ain't gotta worry about it. Hopefully I can get that burn barrel going and get that cleaned out. I'm gonna get busy. I don't know if I should probably put the trailer on the lawnmower, the riding lawnmower, and bring it back there and just load up everything at once. Yeah, this is not wanting to start. Let's see what we can do. That'll get something going. All right, let me get the tractor and the little dump trailer and get some stuff picked up. All right, well, I got that area all picked up of all the sticks that have fallen, and I can run a lawnmower over it now without risking my blades. Threw some more. That fire was going good, but I threw some more stuff into it, so it's kind of smoldering right now. Hopefully it lights back up. But man, is it humid. Woo! I'm sweating like a dog, which Lisa says, I don't sweat. Yeah, I know, it's weird. But now I can get in there and mow. I've got a dump trailer of stuff to burn here on the main fire later. And I need to get out there and do some real mowing out all out in there, but over to there. And also like up front and the driveway. Yeah, it never ends. So I better get started on some of that and eventually find a time to relax and eat something. So we'll go get on the old John Deere over there and run up front, at least to make the path for driving in, and then come back over here and mow some. So we'll catch up with you in a little bit. All right, I've been out here mowing for a little bit, as you can see, and it got really cool. And the sky is looking, yeah, like that. I looked at the radar earlier in the Weather Channel, and it didn't say anything about rain. Maybe like a 10% chance. But these skies out here right now are looking a little bit more than that. Probably doesn't do it just as good in the video as I'm seeing, but it's a lot darker. I guess I'm gonna finish up mowing real quick and run up front and start the fire. already got mowed up up to the entrance and been coming back and forth and doing what I can. But I need to go get that fire started and before any rain comes along and go check on the burn barrel. I don't know if it's burning. I guess for today we're done. So till next time, later.